Let's roll, guys. Let's roll. I'm so sad right now. So I detailed some cars the other day. So I went inside and I paid with a $100 bill. And I am definitely going to burn through it all, without a doubt, and probably have to pay even extra. I was going to use my change to get a drink, but that is not happening. Oh, it did stop early. I got 10 bucks to work with. All right. Need some electrolytes. I'm actually going to go with this flavor for the heat. All right, now let's go for real. Ghost town exploration today, guys. Yeso, New Mexico, kind of in the middle of nowhere, southeast New Mexico. I've been there before, but I had a really successful TikTok live the other day, actually, from a different ghost town up north. So I will be going live on TikTok later today. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, join me over there if you like to do the live stuff. It's a little more successful than my stuff here on YouTube, actually. The algorithm pushes it out to a lot of people. I'm trying to grow and save for that house and everything. So I made like $5 on TikTok the other day from it, which was pretty exciting. But yeah, so heading to that ghost town, and then I may stop along the way and eat somewhere. It's kind of getting close to lunchtime. Let's hit up Parejas for some food, huh? For the locals that follow me, if you guys have never been to Parejas, it's off of Juan Tabo, and they have, I think, my favorite red chili in the city. Their red chili is really good. It's really hot. Yeah, you guys gotta make it here. On the road again. All right, so the last time I was here, the trains were incredibly loud all night, so hopefully that's not the case. I hope they don't roll off, but let's get to some exploring. All right, let's go check it out in here. Some baby birds up there. Kitchen. I'm sure that's lead-based paint, the way that it's peeling like that. All right, it is actually so hot that my phone is shutting down. It does not want to film for more than like 15 seconds at a time. So hopefully there's not too many technical issues that I have with you guys trying to film right here. Just trying to explore this place. This is a pretty interesting place here. A mouse came by. What a book, huh? All right, it seems to be doing okay. It shut down a couple times on me already. I just got off of that TikTok live showing this place, so it's definitely is overheating, but I'm inside. This is like a, check this out. So it says American beef is best. And then it's a freezer display counter. So they must have had like meat in there, which is pretty interesting. This right here is the old post office. And then across the street's the new one. See, post office. Post office. And I'll take you guys to that building next. And we'll do these two buildings today. So, how are you guys doing today? Let me know in the comments how everybody is doing. Check this out. I saw this on my live earlier. Isn't that so weird? Weird, like burned baby doll. Definitely interesting. There's just like some machinery. I mean, this place is pretty well cleaned out. Pretty much all the way done, you know. My mom made a comment on my live actually about these barn doors and how they're pretty cool. I would have to agree. Take you guys back into the house. There's a bathroom here. Seems like in between the place of business and the house. And then this was the house, huh? Pretty interesting. I love these ghost towns. Coming and checking these out. Tried some ghost hunting on my TikTok live, and nothing really came through. Cool little skate there, though. And then there's like a drop down ironing board. Pretty cool. Switch in the cabinet, that's not very normal. My plan was originally to spend the night here, but it is so unbelievably hot. I just don't think that I can stay in the van with the heat. So I'm just going to explore and then drive home today. I can't wait until this heat wave is over. Check that out, the Frontier Museums and Trading Posts, Guns and Antiques, Buy, Sell, and Trade. This old building here. Some cat litter there. A lot of old beer bottles too. Check it out. Grape Crush. Kind of interesting because it seems like everything was kind of moved to the center of this room at one point. They took everything out, put everything right in the middle, and then never did anything with it. They just ended up leaving everything behind. It's just crazy. These floors are actually in really great shape. Definitely interesting. And then it seems like at one point, because there's like a sawhorse right here, somebody was trying to fix something up, but they just put the oven on the roof. I guess that's all they ended up doing. Pretty interesting. Some stuff right here. I'm gonna point you guys down to the floor while I walk through here because there's something on the walls that I just don't want you guys to see. Oh, check this out. Check out, where was it? Check out how nasty this is. I saw this on my live. That's disgusting. Sorry to show you guys that, but I gotta show you guys, you know? But there's something on the walls that I don't want you guys to see. That's why I pointed you down on the floor right there. It's just too much. I don't want it on my YouTube channel. I don't want anybody to be triggered or anything like that either, because it's a very, promotes a very violent act. That's all that I'll say about that. With arrows pointing to this bed. So I'll let you guys figure out via your imagination what it says, but arrow is pointing to the bed in a very violent act. So let's go to the back. There's not much back here, but I found this pretty crazy because the old power service meter, they just pulled it and put it inside. And then the rest of the ghost town is pretty beat up. For the most part, they all look like this, where it's just completely collapsed in. These particular houses are very, very old. I believe that they never had power tied in or running water tied in, and that's how old they are. But check this out too. For having, you know, maybe a dozen structures still standing, somebody's living there. For having maybe a dozen structures still standing, decent house, none of the roads were ever paved. In my mind, I'm envisioning this right here was actually the church. And I'll show you guys kind of why. But it has this really cool, like, self-portrait in it. I think that's very interesting. But you see how there's like this raised step here? And it kind of seems like this is where somebody would have had a sermon. And then I don't know what this room off to the side would have been. But this one's made of adobe and brick.
There is actually not a whole lot of history on this town other than it was established in 1906 when the railroad came through. And at the time they were running steam locomotives. So the railroad would stop and fill up with water from the creek that's nearby. But actually the creek didn't provide very good drinking water, which is one of the problems. And then when they ended up moving away from steam locomotives, that's really when this town kind of died, because the trains didn't need to stop here anymore. So yeah, there's everywhere that I have looked for history on this place. I mean, it was as soon as the 1950s happened, diesel locomotives came, there was really nothing that was left in this town. Nobody wanted to be here anymore. So it declined super, super rapidly after 1950. And really, this is all that's left. I mean, it's odd because there are still about 3 residents living in the town. I'm guessing one of them works at the post office that's still functional, but nobody's really even ever at the post office. Like, I think that they just kind of hang out. It's a very, very dead town right through Highway 60. Very strange and odd place, but it's interesting to say the least. And it's definitely a cool hangout, a cool spot to check out.
Hey guys, as much as I want to stay, like I really, really do, and film a typical What's Up with James video where I camp overnight in the ghost town and I cook and all that other stuff, I'm already feeling super dry. I promised somebody that tomorrow I would go help them with a few things, and it's hot. I don't want to be miserable tonight. It is what it is. I got something to do tomorrow, so I'm gonna drive home right now. But I hope you guys enjoyed that tour of everything in the ghost town, or not everything in the ghost town, but there's a couple buildings. Pretty wild when stuff like this just goes out, you know what I mean? But anyway, I will catch you guys next week, and next week hopefully I am up for the overnight stuff.